life is akin to the game of snakes and ladders. And implicit in the game is the constant duality of life. The solid rationality of the ladders balances the occult sinuosities of the serpent. The rolling dice becomes a metaphor for this happenchance and an opportunity for an artist to follow his soul and reform himself in the hands of fate.
कृष्णानन्द सदानन्देति कृष्णानन्द सदानन्देति राधारमण हरे रामेति राधारमण हरे रामेति राजीवाक्ष घनश्यामेति राजीवाक्ष घनश्यामेति ब्रूहि मुकुन्देति रसने ब्रूहि मुकुन्देति रसने रसने
The life of an artist is never a straight path. The inception of this project, the serendipitous happenstance, was entirely based around a chance to have our work showcased against the background of the Kochi Mazira's Biennale in 2016. Because this Biennale was an important midpoint between our love of India, our admiration of this ancient culture, and the really unique voice of Indian contemporary artists. Our quest was not only to work within the gallery, but to actually make work that would speak to people in a public place. Biennales are not like a regular gallery show. They consume a city, and Kochi is no different. When Lulu and I arrived, it was our intention to find a contemporary Indian artist who we could work with. Where were we going to find these contemporary artists? We didn't know, but we just got really, really lucky once again. The gods of India smiled upon us and presented us with opportunities we would never have been able to imagine in our Melbourne studio.
walking down the street, and just a little further down from the gallery, we were walking along, and I noticed this blue wooden frame, like a picture frame into another world, because you look straight through into this magical garden, and there was a gem of an idea there.
The only sculpture which I had actually brought with me from Melbourne was the brother of Ganesha, Kartikeya, riding on a peacock. It's a playful retelling of a European observing Indian culture and placing it within a contemporary art sphere.
We met at the beach and we talked about their need to meet some artists. I'd met this one man. This was an artist with concept behind his work. But I'm known as the Queen of Kochi, so I had confidence and I introduced Narayanan to William and Lulu and left them in each other's hands.
Samananam Kajakutila Sundar Tilaka Blura Kamayanka Samananam Apaharana Tulasi Dasa Trasa Vihara Vrinda Kananam Gopala Gokula Vallavi Priya Gopa Gosuda Vallavam Charana Ravinda Aham
William and I looked around in the marketplaces. We went to an area called Broadway. There were an awful lot of shops selling plastic Tupperware, plastic buckets, beautiful colours, transparent, and we were thinking, this is kind of amazing.
As we discussed that we might be able to do something which commented on contemporary consumerism and contemporary refuse and garbage against the intense green jungle which was growing up through. Boy, was that a big snake. Lulu, Narayanan and I almost simultaneously come to the conclusion that we could not manipulate these plastic monstrosities.
We also set in process the framing of my work that I had made so long ago back in Australia, largely mandalas that reflect my interest in Eastern philosophy and meditation. We realised that we had to start rethinking our idea pretty quickly, and it would be something that could be set up maybe a bit like a shrine to nature.
It was one of the great joys to work with an artist who we had only known for a couple of days, but we had already been through such an intense period of creation that we were able to then come up with the same philosophy, but in a different language.
And then the idea of a single plant covered in jewels came up.
ഒന്നാം കണ്ടത്തിൽ തളിക നിരത്തി തകതേതും ചെയ്താരോ തളികപ്പുറം കേറി നില്ലന്റെ പെണ്ണെ തകതേതും ചെയ്താരോ ഒന്നാം കണ്ടത്തിൽ തളിക നിരത്തി തകതേതും ചെയ്താരോ തളികപ്പുറം കേറി നില്ലന്റെ പെണ്ണെ തകതേതും ചെയ്താരോ തളിക വരയുമ്പോ നീയും അറിയും തകതേതും ചെയ്താരോ തളികപ്പുറം കേറി നില്ലന്റെ പെണ്ണെ തകതേതും ചെയ്താരോ
തളിക മറിയും മഞ്ഞിയും മറിയും തത്തേതും ചെയ്താരോ തളികപ്പുറം കേറി നില്ലന്റെ പെണ്ണെ തത്തേതും ചെയ്താരോ
ദേവരു തമ്പുരാൻ ചാറാട്ടാണ് തകതേതും ചെയ്താരോ തളികപ്പുറം കേറി നില്ലന്റെ പെണ്ണെ തകതേതും ചെയ്താരോ
ദേവര് തമ്പുരാൻ ചാറാട്ടാണ് തത്തേതും ചെയ്താരോ തളികപ്പുറം കേറി നില്ലന്റെ പെണ്ണെ തത്തേതും ചെയ്താരോ 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 തത്തേതും ചെയ്താരോ ഒന്നാം കണ്ടത്തിൽ തളിക നിരത്തി തകതേതും ചെയ്താരോ തളികപ്പുറം കേറി നില്ലന്റെ പെണ്ണെ തകതേതും ചെയ്താരോ 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 തത്തേതും 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 ചെയ്താരോ.
The life of an artist is never a straight path. It is one where you lay down the groundwork that you can, but you are very much reliant on luck and happenstance. There were ladders that we loved going up, and you would applaud fellow artists when they would roll the right dice and they would get up a ladder, but we would all be filled with commiserations when that snake comes and you slide back down. The highs, the lows, that's what the game of life was, but particularly pronounced and particularly colourful for an artist.
As soon as Narayanan, William and I discussed the space, we realised that we were transforming it in some way. We thought of lots of names, but the name Renew kept coming up. And it kind of stuck, and that's what we went with. In the first few days of coming and going from the gallery, and I'd walk through that entranceway. It's very dark, it's black, it's painted black, it's a bit like a cave. And then it occurred to me, yeah, of course, I can make a mandala there.
We didn't quite know how we were going to display it, this plant, but we had known that we wanted its own life and its own compartment within that space.
And the best idea that came to us, a cart. One of the carts that gets pushed along the roadside, an item of everyday commerce and trade, everywhere in Kochi.
We inquired about prices of carts. We inquired about hiring carts. We kept the search going. As we slid down this snake, the whole time Narayanan was saying, you know, we can make a cart.
നൂറുമേനി വിളയുമ്പം കാവിലിൽ നൂറും പാലും കൊടുക്കുന്ന രാവിൽ
നൂറുമേനി വിളയുമ്പ കാവിലിൽ നൂറും പാലും കൊടുക്കുന്ന രാവിൽ
കൂടെ പോരാമോ എൻ കിളിപ്പെണ്ണേ കൂട്ടിനായി നിത്യം ഞാനുമുണ്ടല്ലോ കൂട്ടിനായി നിത്യം ഞാനുമുണ്ടല്ലോ
കൂടെ പോരാമോ എൻ കിളി പെണ്ണേ കൂട്ടിനായി നിത്യം ഞാനുമുണ്ടല്ലോ കൂട്ടിനായി നിത്യം ഞാനുമുണ്ടല്ലോ പൈങ്കിളിയാലേ പൈങ്കിളിയാലേ നാട്ടുപാട്ടുകൾ ഏറ്റുപാടന മാനത്തെ കിളി പൈങ്കിളിയാലേ പാടത്തെ കിളി പൈങ്കിളിയാലേ പൈങ്കിളിയാലേ
മാറിക്കാർ മാറി മാനം തെളിഞ്ഞേ മാരിയമ്മൻ കോവിൽ തുറന്നേ
മാരിക്കാർ മാരി മാനം തെളിഞ്ഞേ മാരിയമ്മൻ കോവിൽ തുറന്നേ
മാനത്തെ കളിപ്പന്തലിൽ വച്ചേ മാല ചാർത്താൻ ഞാൻ സുന്ദരി നിന്നെ മാല ചാർത്താം ഞാൻ സുന്ദരി നിന്നെ
മാനത്തെ കളി പന്തലിൽ വച്ചേ മാനച്ചാർത്താം ഞാൻ സുന്ദരൻ നിന്നെ മാലച്ചാർത്താം ഞാൻ സുന്ദരൻ നിന്നെ
പൈങ്കിളിയാളേ പൈങ്കിളിയാളേ
ഞാട്ടുപാട്ടുകൾ
ഏറ്റുപാടണ മാനത്തെ കിളി പൈങ്കിളിയാളേ
പാടത്തെ കിളി പൈങ്കിളിയാളേ
പൈങ്കിളിയാളേ
As night fell on that first evening of the installation, we all just were enraptured. Leaves were falling on it, moths were swarming to it, and all of us agreed that it was everything that we had expected it would be.
It's a commercial thing, and it was a commercial space also. It raises a question where the human interaction with the nature, that is human and nature, is directly proportional or indirectly proportional. To save the nature, that is the main agenda of doing this.
So much fun. It has been like a board game, and starting at the beginning, the unknown, rolling the dice and seeing where you land. Yes, we did have a few snakes, but boy, we had some brilliant ladders.
A lovely event for any artist is to have a really special and joyful opening. And our opening of A Common Ground, the Serendipitous Happenchance project, was a really wonderful experience.
Tayyum takka tayyum ta tayyum takka tayyum ta tayyum takka tayyum ta tayyum takka tayyum ta sa re ga pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa re tayyum takka tayyum ta tayyum takka tayyum ta tayyum takka tayyum ta tayyum takka tayyum ta sa re ga pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa re ta de ta te ta te tam de tam te ta de tam de tam te ta de ta de ta te ta te.
It's about evolving, bringing the new into the old. And, you know, I still find it phenomenal that not coming from an Indian background, both William and Lulu have managed to capture the essence of these philosophical ideas, I think, that are based in Hindu philosophy and bring them out in their artworks.
Tayyum takka tayyum ta tayyum takka tayyum ta tayyum takka tayyum ta tayyum takka tayyum ta sa re ga pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa re tayyum takka tayyum ta 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 tayyum takka tayyum ta.
As we reached the final square, this colourful game led us all the way through to this most wonderful conclusion, helped by so many people.
And it reminded me of the time, my earliest days, you know, in art school, and struggling with a painting, and really struggling to find the image. You know, losing control of the paint, and marks happening that I wasn't expecting, and drips happening that I wasn't expecting. And, you know, there's a moment there where you're tempted to go, oh, that's wrong, you know, you just get rid of it. But in that moment, if you can see that this is an opportunity to go somewhere with this, the mistake or the misturn or the wrong direction isn't necessarily wrong. It's just a pathway or a ladder up to somewhere you really want to go. This is Happenchance, but you have to recognise it.